Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Descriptive paragraphs or descriptive words. Remember, we started off with descriptive words, and in our first phase we talked about the senses, the 5 senses. And so now we're going to look at other details as far as descriptive words are concerned, and there are a lot of them, like I said. And the next focus that we're going to look at is weather and other descriptive words. Weather, because if you're going to describe, if you have to describe maybe an event or a particular day or a particular happening, it will be good as well to describe what the weather was. And so those are all descriptive words. And there are lots of other descriptive things that we're going to look at that you can talk about. You know, when we talk about weather, it could be even the scenery, it could be the vegetation, it could be everything that is around that prompted that day or that prompted that event. And so when we look at weather, as far as descriptions are concerned, what would that be? Remember again, I put the EG, and I told you EG is for instance or for example. And so when we talk about weather, what are some of those weather descriptive words that you can talk about? When we think about weather, you can say, for example, it's sunny. I'm going to use the white chalk. You can say sunny. Okay, you can even say it was hot. Okay, you can say cold, or cool, or chilly. It was chilly outside. You can even say, you know, it's freezing or freezing cold, or, you know, freezing. You know, that's weather, freezing. You can say windy. You know, you can use windy. What about, you can say dusty. It's very dusty outside. It was sandy. There's a lot of sand. You know, rainy. It was raining outside, or rainy, or stormy, or you know, stormy. Or it was warm. Warm means that tiède, like de l'eau tiède was warm. So it was just warm. Ni chaud ni froid, neither hot nor cold. It was just, you know, average. It was warm outside, it was hot outside, it was rainy outside, it was wet. Wet, ça signifie mouillé. Wet signifie mouillé. Peut-être quand il pleut, c'est mouillé. Or it's even muddy. Muddy, c'est la boue, you know. It was muddy. Muddy, c'est il y a de la boue. It was muddy outside, it was stormy outside. The weather, a lot of thunderstorms outside, or it can, so weather could be a lot. It was foggy, you know, you can use the word foggy, you know, there's a lot of fog. I'm sorry, there's foggy outside. So those are all descriptive words that you can actually use. It was foggy outside on that day that we had a picnic. The weather was, you know, the vegetation, it was chilly, it was windy, it was snowy, you know, you can put snow, it had a lot of snow, it was snowy, you know, freezing, it was icy, that's another one, it had a lot of ice, icy, and please be careful with icy, because ice, c'est les glaces, but ice cubes, c'est des glaçons. Alors, il y a une différence entre glaçons et les glaces. So if it's icy, ça signifie que c'était glacier. You know, so it was icy. And so those are some of the descriptive words that you can use as far as weather is concerned. If you wanted to describe also, you can use that. But then what about other descriptive words? And this now, it's probably adjectives that you can use. No adjective describes a person or thing. And also just the general adjective words that you can probably use, that we often use. Like I started with ugly, beautiful. You know, it was a beautiful weather, it was a beautiful day. It was quite a pretty dress. You know, it was quite a lovely scene. You know, it's quite an understanding person. Those are all, you know, understanding person. It was quite a boring event. You know, it was quite a long trip. So that's, you know, tiring event. You know, that's those are all the descriptive. Descriptive. It could be such a fearful encounter, frightening. You know, those are all descriptive words that you can use as frightening, or you know, a cutie, such a cutie person, or cute person, or a cute thought. You know, those are all the descriptive words that you can use to probably describe. And there are a lot of them that you can use when you're writing an essay, like I said. And so please feel free to just go in and just get into your word bank and learn those words so you can be able to describe events, describe people, persons, things. I hope that it actually helps, you know, when you're using them, okay? Thank you. So in this section, what is about when you want to how to write like a descriptive paragraph? What is it that you need to know about descriptive paragraph? A descriptive paragraph is very important because the reader is able to get into your shoes. And sometimes you need to get quite vivid, quite accurate about it when you're writing a descriptive paragraph, okay? When you're into a descriptive paragraph, you really need to go into details about it when you're writing. And as I told you before, about when you're about to write a descriptive paragraph, make sure that you take into consideration the 5 senses. Remember the 5 senses: the sight, the touch, the smell, the hearing, you know, and the taste. You need to know those 5 senses when you're about to do or you're about to write your descriptive paragraph. It's important that you know that. And so on the board here, I tried as much as possible to show you. I'm not a good artist, but at least that tells you, you know, how it is. So how to write a descriptive paragraph? How do you write it? What is it that you need to know? The senses are very important when you're writing. It helps you to think, it helps you to elaborate, it helps you to expatiate, it helps you to put in the right words when you're writing, especially if it's an event. Probably, for example, if it was an event or an encounter or something that you saw or something that you participated. What is it? How do you expand it? How do you make it so vivid and so accurate that the reader is able to, like, as if it was a live kind of thing, you know, so that the reader is able to be part of it, as a part of what you've written. And so you look at the 5 senses, you know, the sight, the hearing, the smell, the taste, and the touch. Okay, when we look at the sight, what does my topic look like? What does it look like? My topic looks like what? What does it look like when you're thinking about it? So you're trying to imagine, you know, if I had to draw a picture of it, what would that be? What does it look like? Your topic. Is it a trip somewhere? Is it a movie that you watched? Is it an event that occurred that actually touched you? So what does it look like? You need to start thinking. I remember when we talked about the sites earlier before, was it, you know, the topic, is it a beautiful scenario? Or was it an ugly scenario? So if you had to draw a picture about it, what did it look like? The picture of it, was it in the form of a square? Was it a form of a rectangle? What was it like? Okay, and the color, was it a green car? Was it a blue, a bicycle? Was it, the stop sign. What was it when you look at it, when you think about it? What was it? So you have to be able to imagine that. So what is it all about that I'm talking about? If I had to draw a picture about it, if I had to make a painting or a portrait, what would it be like? That's the first question. And then number two is, what does my topic sound like? What does it sound like? Remember when we talk about the sound, what sound do I think of? What sound do I think of thinking about it? What sound do I think of when thinking about it? What sound do I think of thinking about it? So what's the sound like? What sound is it? Okay, was it a truck going by and had a huge, loud sound or roaring sound? Was it a fainting sound? We've looked at those. Okay, was it so loud? Was it silent? Was it a pleasant kind of music that was going through? Was it your favorite song? So what was it like? The sound that was going through as you described that paragraph. What was it like? And then, what does my topic smell like? What smell would I perceive next to my topic or near my topic? What was it next to it, what you were going through? Was the food pleasant? And when, was it a pleasant smell? Was he, your date, did he have a sweet perfume? Was it such a sexual, and when I mean sensual, was it like a sensual spray? What did it smell? What did it smell like? Okay, around it, what was it around it? Was it the place, was it so flowery, a lot of flowers? Was it musty? Was it moldy? Was it smelling, was the surrounding very smelling nasty and all? So what was it? What does my topic smell like? And then what does my topic taste like? If my topic was tasteful, what would that be? If my topic was tasteful, okay, if my topic was supposed to be filled with taste, if you had to taste it, what was it during that event? The first course, was it sugary? Was it sweet? Was it spicy? Was it hearty? Was it sour? Was it acidic? Was it rotten? What was it? When you tasted it, what was it? Was it bitter? Was it a bitter encounter? All around you, was it a very bitter encounter? Did you feel, what was it around you? You tested, it felt like what? Like a girl in in a sugar factory, maybe, or a chocolate factory, so how was the encounter? How was your topic? How was the dinner? How was, the gift? How was the cake, the surprise? How was it? That is the taste. And then finally you have, what does my topic feel like? I remember this particular feeling, it's not a sentiment, but it's about the way you touch, what feeling do I think of thinking about my topic? What is the feeling? Was it a rough event? Was it so hard? Was it smooth? Was it, how was it? How did you feel like? Was it a chilly encounter? How did the event feel like? How did you feel? Was it rough around the edges? Was it satisfactory? Was it a pleasant one? Was it smooth? Did you have, and so you get to use this when you're writing your topic. I think it's easier. Just put yourself in these questions. And then you get to be more descriptive. What's the crowd? Was it a cheering crowd? So this way, so how the surrounding, how do you feel? How did you feel about this? It's all about this topic, and I think it's easier when you're doing it. So I need you to try to get, as an example, I need you all to try to write just a descriptive paragraph. It doesn't have to be an essay. Just use a descriptive paragraph, okay? Use this 5 senses. It's important. It would help you to expatiate, okay, with the terms that you've used or the terms that you've seen, and then of course terms that you will do your research, and try to use them to write a good paragraph about about an event or about something, you're describing. Remember that you're describing. And so when you're describing something, you must get into details about them. And so these are the steps. And I hope that it helps you as far as descriptions are concerned, as far as writing an essay is concerned, to develop it. Because, of course, in an essay or in a writing, an introduction, at the beginning is always an introduction, and then in the middle part you get to expatiate on it, and then at the end of it, of course, you do a conclusion. Okay, and then we know that every idea that you have has to be in each paragraph. It makes it proper, okay, makes it cleaner and easy to understand. So thank you for today. I hope that it helps about the descriptive words, and then we'll look at more examples. And if you have questions or positive criticisms, please do not hesitate. I'm here for you. I'm Teacher Raissa. Thank you.